back to my channel. I'm trying to take $10 and turn it into now $5,000. 1,000 was our first goal. We're now up to just under $1,500 in profit after playing events and flipping used bin discs, and we hit the jackpot. So dynamic discs in Carrollton, sometimes we'll buy a big collection. That is what they ended up doing. Somebody was done with disc golf and turned in, I think it was over 1,000 discs. I'm not exactly sure. There were a lot of people looking through the used bins. It was like Black Friday shopping, which they have some heaters stored for Black Friday. So make sure you hit up DD Carrollton on Black Friday for these too. But first up, we got this Drew Gibson Luster Leopard 3. It's a Luster Champion plastic. These discs feel phenomenal. Now, a lot of these that I'm buying from DD Carrollton, they're priced a little bit higher. This is like a $13 disc. It is inked, but it's like never thrown. So again, this was a massive collector buy. They did a good job buying all of this, and I cannot wait to go back for Black Friday shopping. So that's the first disc we'll go through today, is that awesome Innova bar stamped Luster Leopard 3. This one's so cool. It's so tempting to put this straight in the bag, and I cannot wait to take my favorite discs from here and go film a used bin round with just these discs. It's going to be super fun. So that's the first one. Next up, on the surface, it looks like just a normal Buzz, except this is the Tour Series Buzz, but it's the Nate Doss Tour Series Buzz. So it's a little bit of an older run. I believe this was 2019. Correct me if I'm wrong, Discraft fans, but this was the 2019 Tour Series when they were bottom stamped and they did ESP swirl. You know, maybe it was dropped once. I don't think it's even really been thrown. Maybe more than once. I feel like this guy may have just like thrown everything one time just to see how they flew. Then we're jumping into a Color Glow Champion, like flat top Tour Series Wraith. So this is one that feels really good for a forehand. Not exactly sure much about this run. There were, I think, maybe 4 or 5 of these just sitting in the used bins. Some were used. This one was brand new for $13. Pinned, or no, sorry, not pinned. It's actually just written 170 on there from the weight. But yeah, if you know anything about this stamp and this run, let me know, because I need to do a little bit more research on that disc. And this one is just a dyed 2020 Sexton Firebird, but it actually feels super similar to the Sexton. I have a 21 in the bag that feels just like this. So for like a $13 2020 Firebird, who cares about the dye job? This could be a really good disc to throw in the bag as well. You know, I love my Innova Eagles, and this one is the Oracle stamped. It's like an XXL stamp, really cool, like 2-wing design with an eye in the middle. So I just really like this stamp. The dye job on this also is pretty sweet, and it's like, it's hard to find like a nice flat top Champion Eagle, and it feels like it's going to be pretty beefy. So this one was a $13 brand new disc with the Oracle stamp, which these stamps again are really cool. And there were a bunch of them sitting in the used bins. Also, after you watch this, go to DD Carrollton if you're in DFW, because they released them yesterday, and I'm trying to get this out there quickly so that you can also go find some of these awesome discs. I'm telling you, like, you might be like, you got a lot of discs. Trust me, like, there were other people with stacks, maybe not as big as mine, but like people were running through those used bins. So if you want some of these cool discs, I would head over there pretty shortly. This one is a S-Line PD2 Innova made. I mean, this is kind of what I'm saying. I think somebody on like a muddy rainy day was just like, let's go throw every one of these discs like one time, maybe. This one is like almost in perfect condition. Super nice, like S-Line PD2. I've got an S-Line PD2 from Innova in the bag. Perfect backup, but Hayden says he wants to trade this for a C-Line PD2 that he picked up from DD. And I think I'll make that trade. Next up, this is one of the better feeling discs that I found. This is a Anthony Barella Metal Flake Champion T-Bird 3. But this is still when they had like the dual stamped Team Champion series on these stamps, and I think they look just absolutely incredible. This one is inked up. It was $13, but for a T-Bird 3 that feels this good in Metal Flake AB T-Bird 3, I'm like, of course we're picking that one up. That one's super interesting to me. I really want to give that one a throw as well. So I kind of have like the reverse of the Nate Doss Buzz. This is the Tim Barham ESP Buzz SS. So really close to like your Mako. I like wider rimmed discs, and this definitely is. I don't think this one was really ever thrown either, but it's like such a perfect color scheme. A little storage wear on top, but other than that, this is like a pretty stiff Buzz SS. Super, super cool. Like, can you imagine the bag I could put together if I just took all of these and just threw them all? That'd be insane. Next up, I've got this brand new Heiserbaum Sabot, or Sabot. I think it's Sabot. This is Bradley Williams, his signature series, and it is pinned $175 on the back, $15 brand new. I actually have one of these sitting over here actually it's in my backup stack right here. You can't see it, but it's actually like a super interesting mold, kind of like the Max, which is like the PD3 as well from Discmania. So this is a disc that I actually have in the bag, but it's in glow plastic. So this is a perfect backup for me. Or since I already have another one, I'll probably throw it up there as well and see if anyone wants to pick this awesome disc up. It's basically the same mold as a PD3 that Discmania had whenever Innova was producing it. So it's actually a really, really good disc. This one just looks so cool. This is the limited edition Halloween Buzz from Discraft. I know there's some Buzz collectors out there, and especially the Halloween stamped one. So I wanted to get this one out there before I have some family over for 4th of July for a party, but let me know what year and what you think about this one. This one is super cool. I haven't seen this stamp pop up in a while, so I decided I was going to pick that one up. It's always good to have another good Buzz. Then I have two of these Throwing Down the Mountain rubber blend zones. Both of these were $9 each from the used bins. They kind of have a little bit of like a puddle top, which is perfect for approach discs, and they look super cool with those cotton candy colors. The craziest thing about it is there were probably 10 of these sitting inside the used bins. I don't know any of the history on this disc, but it just looked so cool. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick one up for myself, and maybe I'll throw the other one up there on the website. I've got this cool DFX stamped Envy. I mean, it's an Envy. Envies are such great discs. This was a $15 used bin disc, but it's got the DFX artwork on there, which is always a plus. DFX has some of the coolest triple stamp designs, and they always like to use gold, especially like if you follow DFX, they have the Golden Goose thing where if you get, you know, that Golden Goose, you get your own submission. They go for a lot of money if you want to sell those discs where it's like a full gold, like everything's gold. But this one is not that, of course, but just really love the artwork that DFX puts out there. And that is a pretty sweet brand new Envy that's going to be available to one of you. So this one is going to be the Henna Bloom Rose Rock 3. It's a Luster Rock 3. It's going to be pinned on the back. So it's $180, $15 brand new disc. Now I have another one of these, but this one is absolutely white, and I've been actually getting really into dyes again. So I'm probably going to throw this one into the dye bed, and then we're going to throw this one up on the website after I've dyed it. Yeah, stay tuned for this one. This one is an incredibly good feeling Luster Rock 3. I can't believe there's still more. There's already been so many good discs in here. So this is the Team Champion series. This is the Thunderbird. It's Madison Walker's Thunderbird. This one's a pretty flat top. It's pretty inked up, but it's super stiff in the Glow Champion plastic. Man, this feels like an absolutely money Thunderbird. Hatcher, I might have to save this Thunderbird for you. But again, another one of those Team Champion series. I think these were about 2018, I think, when these came out, but I'll have to look it up. So I've seen a little bit about this disc before. This is a Shimmer Destroyer. This is the Steve Brinster 2013 USDGC Champion Edition. Again, it's one of those Team Champion stamped Innova discs. And it's a Shimmer Star Destroyer, which is a little bit rare. It's not the coolest color in the world, but that's kind of what you know you're getting into whenever you throw these Shimmer Star discs. But really cool Steve Brinster run. I've heard a lot about these. Next up, this was a kind of a funny one. This is the Garrett Girthy Team Champion Series Sonic. I don't know much about this one, but I was like, all right, it looks pretty fun. And I just had found that like Bradley Williams Team Champion Series Nova, which I actually don't think I've talked about that one yet because we're filming this one first. I'm basically assembling the entire Team Champion Series runs, and I think we'll have to go out and play a full round with just these discs as well. And I found a brand new blue and gold one, but this is actually an orange on black stamped Greg Barsby Nexus Rhino. These feel super good. The Rhino that I got previously was brand new, but now I'm excited. I actually get to go take this and throw this in a round. So stay tuned for this Greg Barsby Rhino hitting the channel soon. So this is a Star Croc. It might not look cool on the surface. It actually has some nice swirls in there, but it's a little bit smaller of a diameter disc. So if you don't have massive hands, this is a pretty good mold. Feels kind of like a Malta. It's just such a unique profile on the wing. And I looked under this one because the last one I found like this was a prototype, and this was also a prototype stamped disc. So this was the prototype run for the Star Croc, $13 pickup. Next up, I have one of the best color glow champion wraiths I've ever seen or felt. So this is, again, Team Champion series. A lot of these cool older collector discs in the Tour series. I mean, as time goes on, the Tour series discs always pretty much go up in value, but this one is a Martin Hindle wraith with one of the coolest, gnarliest looking stamps that I've seen. So next up, I actually had a white version of this that I was using just to try to build a bag, and then didn't even realize what I had bought. But now that I saw this one, I was like, I'm definitely picking up one of these. This is the Discraft Glow Passion. This is like the ESP Glow, the first run that they did with this. So this is the prototype first release here of this disc. Actually, I don't know if it's prototype, but it was the first run for the ESP Glow. And these can fetch pretty good money. This is nice pink swirls in there too. Next up, I have actually found a second one of these. This is the Page Pierce first run nuke. Super cool swirls on this one. This one was a $13 brand new disc. It is like 169 grams, so it's a little lighter, flat top, and it's got the really cool like embossing on the back where it's a message from her dad. So super cool, super unique disc. You don't really see that very often, and really liked picking up this one again because I'd sold the previous one, but now we've got another one. Another set. There were a couple, there was a lot of prototype onyxes, Athena's in there. I ended up picking up just two of these proto onyxes in green. This one's got a little bit of a light green halo on it. This one is just pretty much just green, but these are awesome, awesome throwers, really good discs. So stiff. These are really grippy for ESP plastic too, which I don't feel like I normally see, but the onyx is a really cool mold. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the PD, and I got two of these from the used bins. These were both $15 each. Again, spending a little bit more on these, but a lot of these are collector discs that were, again, kept in really good condition and can fetch a lot of money to the right buyers. So 2 discs left in this insane haul of used bin discs. Again, I would be curious if you picked out, let's just say like we're gonna pick out like 8 or 9 discs that I go film around with at the end of this. Tell me which discs you would put together in the bag, because we're gonna go throw these. And everybody knows I'm a big Eagle collector. This is a 2021 Eagle, but it's got the 2021 Garrett Gurthie Wraith stamped on the top. And I'm a big fan of 2 different stamps on top. Some people might not like that style, but I think this is super, super interesting and cool. $13 disc from the used bins that hasn't been thrown. And the last disc is actually one that's going to be going into my bag. I don't really like four-handing Halo Champion destroyers, so this is actually a Z Force. I don't know much about this run, but it feels so beautifully perfect, and I had to pick it up. A little bit of a pop top, super stiff Champ or Z plastic, really, and it doesn't have Force on here. It doesn't have a sticker or anything. I don't know if this is like an earlier run of the Force, but I took it out to Bill Allen, parked a couple holes, throwing forehand, some long shots that I think this is gonna fit perfectly in the bag. So that's what I ended up getting from the used bins. What an absolute insane haul. I sold quite a few discs as well off of the website over the past week. After that last used bin video dropped, so I ended up selling, let me see here, ended up being 24 discs off the website. I spent $238 on those discs and sold them for $507. That is a profit of $269 we're adding on to our challenge, which brings me to $1,723. We're under $300 left to get towards $2,000. So this challenge is quickly ramping up as I've been able to, again, reinvest every single dollar in profit into all of these used bin discs. And then as they sell, it opens up more and more and more. So we're just continuing to add to the collection and finding some really fun discs, and also being able to go film with really, really interesting molds and discs and manufacturers. So I appreciate everybody as always. Hope everyone enjoys your 4th of July, and I will catch you in the next video.